Hello. I want to talk about something I think we all have in common, and that is if we sit there and think we can't help it. If the narcissist could just be the person when we met them, man, it would be perfect. And that's, of course, the draw that keeps us there. Yes? Okay. I call that the 5% guy. Again, my pronoun is he. Please use your pronoun, whatever it is. But the guy from the love bombing phase, the beginning, the good guy, the false self, before they took the mask off, I call that the 5% guy because I feel like that's 5% of them, and 95% is the rest of them. Because the rest of them is the real them, which, poor things, isn't even a real personality, is it? When you're just juggling a cycle your whole life, you don't even get to be a personality because you're different every 2 months with all these different people. No consistency. It would drive me nuts. But anyway, the 5% guy, if he could be now, here's the thing. I think people don't like to say that out loud because we're supposed to have learned by now that they are not that person. They are not going to be that person. So we're not supposed to sit there and say, if they were that person, I would still love them. I'm here to tell you, I'm saying it right out loud because I don't want people's feelings invalidated. It seems to be a theme lately because I hear some judgments, but that might make somebody feel bad about their feelings. I'm the first one to say, if my narcissist showed up and he had a certificate from the Wizard of Oz and he said he is 100% now that 5% man, I would take him back tomorrow. That means the other 95% is gone. So I have no better shot of that. But my point is, it is okay to think if he were that person or she were that person, that the relationship would thrive and be okay. It is all right. It might be a person you'll never see that, and you're learning now. You might never see that side of that person again. Ever. Which is, again, of course, the trauma bond that keeps us hanging on and working for it. We want it. We're addicted to that person. And they may show you glimmers of the person, but it'll be in and around the cycle of abuse that is the narcissist's cycle. My point in making this video is, I think it's okay to feel that way. I think that's a very normal way to feel. That if that person did exist, you would love them. It's no different than having a fantasy person. The danger is getting hung up that the fantasy of the 5% guy being 100% the 5% guy. That fantasy is dangerous because the hope is dangerous because that won't happen. I'm just here to validate your feelings that it is okay to love that 5% guy. I love my 5% guy. And that's been a tough thing to walk away from. That was tough. I already told you, I fibbed on myself that I'm a codependent empath. You think it was easy walking away from somebody that you loved? And I love hard. I'm half Italian, half French. I love hard. I fight hard. It's all hard. Well, in relationships, I fight hard. I don't really fight elsewhere. We already talked about that, too. My point is this. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they fell in love with the wrong person or they made an error that was so big that they carry that weight on them. Maybe you fell in love with that person for a reason and it was there to teach you and you take away something. Maybe you're taking away children with your 30 years of pain, but you have 3 children. Or maybe you got in and out in a year like me, but I learned an awful lot and I hope I'm helping people. And if I am, please share. I never ask for subscription. Please subscribe, and you're supposed to say like, subscribe, share. Please do that, because this forced me into making all these videos. That's the reason I met my narcissist. I'm 1,000% convinced. But I would still, yes, I would take him back if he were that person. Certificate from the Wizard of Oz. So don't feel bad. Please don't. I think it's normal. What they gave you, what they showed you, albeit manipulation, please do not get this video confused. The message is still very clear. They gave you was magical, but it was manipulation, it was calculated, it was mirroring, it was trying to get you to get All of that, we've discussed that. So don't get confused that, oh, but if he gets, he showed me a sign of himself. No, no, no. No, 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 no. I was being facetious. I was being, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to make a point to you that it's okay to be that in love with that person, even if they're no longer here. I was in love with Scott Baio when I was 12. I stood in line at the Civic Center to give him a kiss on his cheek and get him to sign my little 8x10. It didn't mean I thought it was real. Even at 12, I knew it wasn't real. I knew Chachi was from Happy Days. I knew it wasn't real at 12. So even though you know it's not real, it doesn't mean I didn't want to marry him. I wanted him to marry me. Oh my God. And then it was Billy Joel, and I had a list of people I thought I was going to marry. I never thought it was real. It's the same thing, though. I love them. I was going to die with Scott Baio. I was 13, 12. It's the same thing. You can absolutely love the person they showed you. Just please remember, it is that level of fantasy. They are not coming back. I have done the legwork for you. I have looked it up. If you look up narcissism and they fall in and they are that, I'm not saying any of us have the power to diagnose, but it's pretty cut and dry when you start to see as much as I and you watch it, whether or not you can tell somebody is. So if you determine that they are, that 5% guy is never going to be the guy that they are. Now, you might just be going out with a jerk who needs a little shove to get back into who he was. I don't know what your situation is. But don't beat yourself up if you're still in love with your 5% guy. I am. I'll say it right out loud. I just know he's not here. He wasn't real. It's a difference. It's tough. Good luck.